Brilliance Audio presents Never Contented Things by Sarah Porter. Performed by Meredith Starkman, Caitlin Kelly, Graham Halstead, and Lauren Ezzo.
There was a blue sky slamming through the trees, and I tried to stay calm. He'd gone off with his new friends. He didn't see me and assumed I'd headed home. I called and got his voicemail. "Who do you think you are, calling me?" "Just kidding. You know I love you." 3 times in a row. Panic started blasting at me with the blue. My phone seemed to jump in my hand. "Worried," I texted. "Call right now." He'd think I was being too smothery, probably, but it wasn't like him to leave without me, and without a word. It was already after 11. I'd been out a long time. Maybe he'd gone under too, somewhere out of sight, curled beneath a pine's feathery arms. I walked back and forth for a while in the direction where I'd seen him weaving away into thickening shadows, calling his name and poking at the undergrowth. It was useless. Birds nattered in their nerve-shaking soprano, and there was no sign that anyone but me had been here last night. Then I thought that he might be back at the house, Mitch and Emma's demure, butter-yellow, split-level ranch, where we'd lived for the last 6 years. His head burrowed under pillows, his eyeliner smudged halfway down his cheeks, sleeping it off. So I ran, even though every footstep drummed it into me, that it wasn't true, that he wasn't there, that I'd find his bed empty. Then I told myself that was just paranoia ragging on me. He'd be there. He had to be. I had 3 long miles to get through, under foliage and past peonies and enough vinyl siding to encase an iceberg, and the whole way my thoughts rolled back and forth like dice, from Josh is gone to Josh wouldn't do that to me. It hadn't yet quite occurred to me, or I wouldn't let it, that they might have stolen him. Kids don't kidnap each other, do they? Maybe his friends at the gorge were older than they looked, but they couldn't be more than 21 or 2. I'm a good runner, but pelting at this speed, I was still out of breath and streaky with sweat. Sunspots bounced off parked cars like a shining pulse. By the time the yellow house hove into view, I was getting dizzy, and I almost had trouble picking it out, as if I'd been away for years and my memories were confused. My hand shook, and at first I couldn't fit the key into the lock. But then I was inside, rooms that seemed too gray-dark after the sunlight, silence that sounded brick-hard. Down the half-flight of stairs and then the hallway, my footsteps mute in the heavy mustard gold shag. I flung open Josh's door like I still thought I'd find him there. But the truth is that I knew. The emptiness was already inside me before I found it in his room. Messy bed and wadded black jeans, and the plastic horses he'd slathered in glitter and rhinestones, but no sleeping boy and no breath but my own heaving out of me. I stood there, sick with my own abrupt stillness, stunned by the next impossibility, deciding what to do. Who knew what drugs they'd fed him? He could be with them, having the time of his life, so high that he hadn't remembered to text me. That wasn't like him, though. For all his ingenious manner, Josh was keenly aware of his impact on people. So maybe he was trying out a new degree of thoughtlessness. Maybe with Mitch and Emma gone, he felt like I was being too clingy or too protective, and this was his way of rebelling against me. Maybe he just wanted me to miss him. If that was it, then calling our foster parents, or the police, would be the worst thing I could do. I'd get him in trouble for nothing but a little attitude. But it was my job to look after him, to replace the family he'd lost when he was small. That was what I was good for. And if the strangers at the gorge had taken him, it was the first time I let that thought sit in my head, let it leer at me, then the sooner the search began, the better our odds would be of finding him unharmed.